Okay, I've decided I hate Windows 11.
Was it like a forced update?
I mean, technically, I set up my thing to be eligible for a Windows 11 update, and then fucking whatchamacallit. Um, and then I did it. It's because the last Windows 10 update rolled out, so I was essentially forced to do it, yeah. Okay, this works. Okay, quick recap. The party just completed their 2-day quest in Upper Lenosha to hunt down an Axpeak executioner. When the party finally felled the beast and began to lick their wounds, Ashley Riot appeared before them, seemingly out of breath after sprinting towards all of you from wherever he came from. It seemed he journeyed to the party as quickly as he could. He began asking about things, specifically about the silver sword that you all found at the festival disaster. And he told everyone urgently that they needed to head to his airship immediately. As soon as he told the party that, the sky suddenly began to turn dark, as if it just turned to nighttime. And when the party looked up to the sky, they saw a round shape begin to cover the sun. Immediately, Ashley Riot calls for the group to stand close to him as he pulls out a materia and slams it to the ground. Glyphs appear on the ground as though Ashley was channeling a very powerful spell, and it looked to be some sort of teleportation circles, but it took a little bit of time to get the spell off. At that exact same moment, the group notices a line of 10 individuals who were wearing the same cloak and holding the same sword that they discovered at the festival. The moment becomes tense as they realize it would be a race between Ashley's spell completing and these 10 mysterious figures attacking the group. The group begins approaching as the visage of a dragon begins to form behind them. When it seemed as though Ashley would be able to cast a spell in time, one of the figures threw a sword into the air at blinding speed. Toa and Pina were able to react and notice in time, but their bodies couldn't quite keep up with their thoughts as they failed to effectively change the trajectory as a sword. The spell completes right as a sword makes contact with Ashley's arm, and within the blink of an eye, the party successfully are whisked away via a teleport spell. When the party opens their eyes, they find themselves in the Aetheryte Plaza of Ul'dah, the Jewel of Thanalan. But when they looked to their side, they saw Ashley Riot bleeding a lot from his left arm. And when they look at the left arm, they see that from the elbow down, the arm is just completely missing. Exposed flesh, exposed bone, everything. As if the arm just disappeared out of nowhere. as if space-time itself ripped it out with brute force. When a guard of the Immortal Flames approaches to see what the commotion was all about, Ashley immediately shouts for him to inform the Sultana that he and his task force has arrived, and to tell her he advises a summons for one Mr. Lionheart whenever the meeting is able to take place. Okay. Just give me a second. Okay. Alright, so we returned to the party. Just posted up at the Immortal Flames barracks, just like right outside where like the front counter would be. There's a soldier attending to Ashley's wound on his left arm, like pretty much just completely covering it in bandage wraps and gauze, trying to like staunch the bleeding. That with like a combined effort between the medic and Ashley himself channeling magic or healing magic into his arm, the bleeding itself has stopped, but the man is in pain. He is just... This is a fucking day, man. The floor is now yours. What is the party doing as they're seemingly waiting for whatever Ashley requested to happen?
I remember Toa did like a
Yeah, he did like a vice
type
grip
thing.
Yeah, to like tourniquet.
Yeah, I rolled a 20, so I assume Toa's kind of helping with like stopping the bleeding just with his like immense bird strength.
It would be cool of just doing that for like an hour straight as like medical attention is being administered. That they would have gotten a proper tourniquet by now, but like knowing Toa.
Okay, so a little bit of time has passed. All right. Okay.
Yeah, about like 30 minutes to an hour has passed.
So the medical attention he's getting is like bandaging up and
yeah, right now it's
stopping
damage
the
control.
bleeding. Okay. Is anyone trying to heal him? Like, you know how like Alpha was always like a minute too late and starts doing the healing kind of thing. Okay.
It's very much like, well, you spilt milk, let's clean it up, but there's no getting that milk back, man. Like, so when you teleported in, like, the arm was missing from the elbow down. You didn't see when you guys searched around the plaza for a bit, you didn't see a severed arm or anything. Like, it was just gone.
Was it because of the materia that he used?
If you would like,
Uh-huh.
give me either an Arcana or a Nature check.
Arcana or Nature?
Whichever you prefer.
I mean, they're both the same for me. It's a +0, so...
Damn, okay.
I'll do
benefit
Arcana.
of the doubt. 18. So, from what you remembered when you were inspecting the sword, when you recall called into the principal's office, quote unquote, with the admiral. You determine that there is some sort of aether absorbing property. I don't know if like Mogris would quite interpret it as like anti-magic. But you can probably assume that when like you all witnessed a sword make contact with his arm before the teleport spell went off, you can assume that it making contact with his arm like excluded that part of the arm from the teleport spell.
Oh. Okay.
Like it didn't quite
See, I
pierce
wasn't
him, it
thinking that.
literally just like hit the arm.
Yeah. Okay. That clears it up a little bit because I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking more along the lines of like a Full Metal Alchemist type thing.
Oh god.
You know, like equivalent exchange kind of thing. Like the only reason he was able to get the spell off in time was, unfortunately, like he had to lose an arm. Because I was thinking it was the arm that was holding the materia. Because that's what I was picturing. Like, he had the materia on the ground. That's how I pictured it. So that's why I wanted a little bit of clarification. So it was the sword hit his arm, and because technically anti-magic, it was just like the worst possible timing, and so his arm is probably like on the ground where we were before we teleported. Basically, it's probably just like slumped on the floor.
It's a safe assumption. You don't know for sure, but if it's anywhere, it's not here.
Okay.
Well,
I'll give Tina will like give Ashley a immediate dose of like open up a healing potion, just shove it in his mouth.
You know what, it can't hurt. He just chugs down the shot.
Do I roll for potion?
I mean, if you just if you just use up a potion from your inventory, that there won't be a roll required. I will deduct it though.
Here, there you go.
Okay, all right. 2 1s, unfortunate.
Hey, better than nothing, bitch.
It's like 200 milligram ibuprofen for a severed limb, man. That, you know what? It can't hurt, but man, I didn't feel that.
Let's take ibuprofen together.
All right. And now I know it is as bad as it looks, but are any of you injured? I know you just finished fighting a monster.
Looks at Huntsman.
He's sat down in a bench, but he's like, his head is like nodding, and he's clearly not there.
Oh, Huntsman is delirious.
Exhaustion level 4.
Well, I think he's just old. He just needs a nip.
He'll, even in his delirious state, he's going to like slap a hand very hard on Toa's shoulder, and like just beneath a whisper, he's like, "No, mama bird, capiche?"
Or just rotates his head to the side, looks at him, gives him the inquisitive bird look.
I wake up. My mouth tastes weird again. Shoving your Octotooth sword up your cloaca. And then he passes out.
You have a cloaca too.
And then he passes out.
I do. Get into the voice again. going back to previous injuries, I think I do have this bit of a problem. And he holds up his arm that he holds up the hand that he was grabbing, clenching Ashley's arm, and it's like stuck in a C because he feels tense for so long that he can't like move his hand.
You know, I have an actual tourniquet on now, right? You can let go. I mean, it's probably helping, but man, that fucking hurts.
Just peels off his skin.
He's gonna pop a healing word onto the fucking peeled skin. Thank you. Thank you
His
for
arms
that.
look like Popeyes.
He's gonna turn to one of the guards. Any update from her radiance? Well, truth be told, sir, she... from what I've been told, you weren't expected for a whole day, as you'd be arriving by airship. Well, while... yes, this will certainly help, I don't think she'll be available anytime soon. Her schedule's packed. Ah, damn. Well... Alright, what about my other request? Well, she did get a hold of Mr. Lionheart. We were informed that the Lion's Den is open to visitors, if you'd like to take them there. Will we at least be expected? I know he hates to be... well, I know he hates unexpected guests in general. No, rest assured, you're not unexpected. He's gonna look at the party. Have any of you been to Old Ah before, aside from gestures his head towards the passed out huntsman?
Oh, never left the clouds.
No. Same with me. Just different side of the clouds.
Bina simply just shakes her head no.
Okay. Well, first things first, you're gonna need to know that you'll have a room to return to. He'll look at the guard. Take them to the quicksands. Have them check in, have them get acquainted with Omodi and all that.
The quicksands? They're gonna bury us alive.
No, it's the name. It's an exaggerated name for a building. It's just a building without any quicksand
Just a
in
building.
it. It's an
How do
inn.
they bury a little guy?
It's another inn that's just like the Drowning Wench.
You drown wenches here? Oh my
That's
goodness.
the name of where you were. But
It's a place of nightmares.
guard, take them to the inn.
And now you're arresting us?
No, it's a place where you sleep, safe and sound, peace of
You
mind,
can sleep in a prison.
no arrestments.
Didn't you say that the first time?
Just book a room and put your friend in a bed. He looks like he needs it.
Kind of arrested development.
He's...
God,
Ashley Riot's stump comes up to like face palm, but like the hand isn't there anymore, and he face palms with the other hand. right away. He looks at the group, not expecting to see a bunch of Allied Society members in the fucking barracks. All right, come along. Who's? I assume Toa's gonna carry Huntsman.
You'll drag him
Got it.
by the tail.
God.
All right, he's gonna group drag you all the way this way.
He drags Toa while everyone else is sitting on him like a sled.
Where is my thing? Text. And okay. Okay, go ahead and head in. The person who runs this place is a shorter fellow. Her name's Momodi. Don't piss her off and you'll be fine. And having led you all there, he's gonna fuck off. Describe how the party heads in.
Huh.
Toa busts through the doors like Kramer.
Audience applause immediately. Woo!
So we got teleported immediately after we killed that monster because like Ashley came out of nowhere, teleported
Yep.
us, right? So it's pretty much only been like an hour since we teleported.
Essentially, yes.
Okay, and we were helping Ashley, which means Magrius is still like covered in like blood stains.
Yes, you have like dried like monster guts all over your coat.
Okay. So keep this in mind. It's Ulda. Probably maybe one person in all of the quicksand right now has probably ever seen a Moogle. Right? You
Aside
know, like
from
maybe
the
whoever's
mailman,
like the
but
most
yeah.
yeah,
Get the
right?
Yeah, the mailman.
But you have like the one Moogle that's like floating around, you know, like with mail and shit, right? So
Mhm.
this is only like the second one they've ever seen, you know, carrying like a rapier at its side,
Uh-huh.
and they're covered in blood. so I'm picturing a couple of people looking, right? You see this fucking giant bird come in, the little Moogle floating in, covered in blood, right? Then you got a sylph with a freaking like rifle strapped to its back. I'm picturing people like kind of just
Everyone
stopping.
stops what they're doing and they're just like,
They're
Huh?
looking and there's some people, yeah, like everybody's like, it's not even like nobody's freaking out or anything. It's just kind of like scratching their head, like it's something you don't see every day, like that kind of reaction.
they're puzzled for like 5 seconds and then they go back about their business.
It's almost like in New York. Like you stop, you kind of assess the situation for like 5 seconds. You're like,
Keep walking.
and then everybody just goes right back to drinking.
Like
Walking around with
record
a
scratch,
dragon.
Yeah.
record scratch, and then
And then just right
and
back.
The
Music
the
starts
the
playing.
most
yeah.
comedy like geared like western like opening up into a saloon version of that whole trope.
Very welcoming,
Um,
fellas.
All right, you all look new here. You're gonna see a Lalafell behind a counter, wave you all over. Run approach.
A
Fucking
Lalafell behind the counter, I assume with red hair.
yep.
Okay.
Huntsman being dragged.
Just making sure it's not like a different Lalafell.
Yeah. I know who it is. I just want to
It's
make sure.
it's Teleji Adeleji.
Red.
God.
It's Lolorito Dorito.
I was informed that you
guess-
all might be making an appearance by Immortal Flames. There's not going to be any mistaking. This is your Ashley Riot's people.
People
Oh, I'm
listen.
actually from a. I'm not one of his people. I'm actually
Big
what
Bird.
race is my bird again?
Vanu.
Vanu.
I'm actually from the Vanu Vanus.
I don't think I've ever seen any of your people before.
We're in the clouds.
Like, she just points up. Like those clouds?
A little bit higher than that. Just
But-
little higher.
But
No,
directly above us?
Not directly above you here, but above in another.
Oh,
Above
Area.
some other clouds. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I was-
far to the north, and then up, like way
Oh.
up, like way up.
I was about to start asking questions when a giant bird race was directly above Ul'dah. Okay. Alright. He's gonna... she's gonna notice that all of you have the sash of the Eorzine Alliance across your chest. Okay.
runs around my head
Okay, wow, they...
like a Ninja Turtle.
Okay, wow, they weren't kidding. You all have technically some pull around here, so be assured no one's gonna mess with you. If they do, let me know. We do have a couple rooms prepared for you, 2 of them. He's gonna like peer over the counter and see. She's gonna see an Amalja on the ground, just being dragged by the ankle by Toa. Is-
I lift him up like a prize catch. Oh, we this guy needs a room. He's a bit tuckered out, you see.
Is he all right?
Oh, he'll be
Needs a
fine.
bit of a nap.
Just
He's gets old.
yeah, just kind of, gets tired really easily nowadays.
Is this not the first time this happened?
First, no. And Margie's gonna look at Toa like 4, 5, 6, 6. I think
8.
6. Oh, okay. Sorry,
Wow,
not exactly
okay.
great with numbers.
Wow. That's a... Yeah, you need to tell him to break that habit. That doesn't look healthy.
Yeah, we try. He's just kind of gives it his all and doesn't realize that he doesn't have to always. And then
He's
this
really
happens.
bad at breaking the habit.
Yeah,
He's frothing at the
just
mouth.
needs a little bit of. He just needs a little bit of a nap and maybe some food.
He's just frothing at the mouth.
Alright, so
Right. Yeah, she's just gonna point at a door on the side. Rooms are that way.
Thank you very much.
Can I also have a bucket of water, please?
Oh. Sure. That's the... Well, okay, it's not the first time I've heard that. It's not the That's the first time that was the initial request. Okay, yeah, a bucket of water.
Still shouldn't be odd sighting.
Well, you usually ask for a glass of water, not a bucket, unless someone's unconscious. You're gonna use it on him?
Oh,
She's gonna like gesture towards the huntsman.
no, it's for me.
Oh, you need to. Oh, my apologies then.
Also, maybe a bucket of. Maybe another bucket of water so that my friend over there can wash up.
Right. Just don't pour it all over the floor.
Well, for me, I'm just gonna be sitting in it.
Right. For him though, don't. Use a rag. Don't splash. Don't pour the whole thing over him. If you do, at least clean it up.
I think I can help out with that.
Right.
I just grab mug it like a sponge and just start dipping it in the bucket.
Hey, what are you?
The
Random
three of
Google noises.
the three of you, give me a perception check really quick.
Perception. Ooh, let's go.
There's a slam on one of the tables somewhere else in the whole bar area. And it's just like slam. Ah, fuck. And like another guy pipes. I was like, yes. This day you do not beat the hammer. And you just see like this comically muscular Rogadin with a comically huge hammer resting against a table next to him. It seems he just won an arm wrestling contest. Does anyone not stand a chance against the hammer?
Mid mug dip in the bucket.
Fucking
Toa's
hell.
gonna look back at the where the noise is coming from. Look at the dude and like, oh hey bro, oh you got a big set of tits on you, eh?
I worked very hard on them. You, my friend, he like gestures towards your whole figure. You got some traps on those shoulders.
Oh yeah. And he starts doing the bird dance.
Say,
Wait, hang on. Wait. What's that skill I have?
oh
I
god,
have
the
a
sun
feel
drop
bird
dance?
Yeah, I'm gonna use sun drop dance, but like not realize I'm doing it. So I'm gonna
Oh god.
accidentally try attempt to intimidate this guy.
Okay, let me see what the save is for that.
In my head, I think I'm just showing off my body, my muscles, but I'm accidentally basically casting intimidate.
Okay, give me an intimidation check. Oh my god.
What? Did you really roll a 20 and a 1? Oh, that's hilarious.
The whole bar is like... They're startled by the whole fucking appearance, and like... They're either like glued to their seats or some of them start backing away, but the hammer, he gets a smile, and it just grows bigger and bigger, and like... Ah, finally, a worthy opponent! He's gonna slam his elbow down on the table, and like... have his hand out for arm wrestling. Oh, I can't pass this. I can't pass this opportunity up. Put her there, good sir. The hammer will take you on.
With Mog in hand, he wanders over.
Oh god. Mogger, Huntsman.
Mog. He dropped the huntsman to wash Mog.
Ah. Okay.
So like, the huntsman's probably like, how do I explain this?
You're technically grappled in this case. You're just in his left hand as he's about to go arm wrestling.
Because I was holding the huntsman by the leg, right?
Uh-huh.
Like a fish.
Yeah.
And then I dropped him, so he'd be slumped over but upside down, if that makes sense. So like his bottom half would be lumped over with his head on the floor.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Poor
Anyway.
Huntsman. Okay.
Are you holding Magrius under your arm, almost like a football or something?
No, in my hand like I'm holding a sponge.
Oh, that's even funnier.
Oh god, you're squeezing the poor bastard.
I haven't squeezed him, I've just got him in my grip because I was washing him.
It's like, wait, where are we going? Where are we going?
Like, it's like when a toddler gets distracted and they forget they have something in their hand.
Margaret, give me a quick cons check to see your You're
check?
essentially feeling the sensation of a roller coaster, essentially, like the teacup ride in Disneyland. Oh god, this is gonna be a bumpy ride. This is gonna be a bumpy ride, man. All right, fine. We've only been here for an hour. It's time for some tomfoolery. Do you accept the hammer's arm wrestling challenge?
You give it a go. Because he knows if he loses, the hammer cheated.
All right, this is gonna be death roll style. We're gonna start at D100, and it's gonna start with you. Oh my god. So you meet him at the table. You grasp him right hand against right hand and begin to like put all of your force as much as you can. And immediately, when force meets force, the table creaks and cracks form all around it, making a very symmetrical like spiral pattern all the way to the middle of the table. And you both are not budging.
Spiral power.
As I thought. A worthy opponent! Guy did this, Huntsman. It's a 9. You both are stalemated in the middle. Essentially,
Unfazed.
redemption for for fucking Macho Man Randy Cabbage.
Unfazed. Toa puts Mog on top of his head. And starts oozing out
The dark side.
the dark side, yeah. And his eyes start glowing.
Oh boy.
Flash what are we at? 9?
Ooh! Ooh! Your dark side begins to come out, and force emanates inside the whole room. Like there's legit like a tiny like burst of force emanating from the two of you, and because you feared the whole fucking room, someone yells out, "Oh god, they're gonna kill everyone! Run! As like fucking like the force of like a mini typhoon is beginning to emanate from the two of you, All right.
This is like the most JoJo thing that we've done so far.
Yeah.
Oh my
Naruto!
god.
Sasuke!
Chidori! Rasengan!
The two of you are just like pushing against one another. It's like 70% towards him, 75% towards you. Just going back and forth like that, but you keep meeting back in the middle. And like the destructive force on the table gets worse and worse. Cracks begin to form like the individual pieces begin to form cracks themselves until it's like it looks like a fucking mosaic. Give me your 1d2.
Oh man, I'm gonna roll a 1. It's gonna upset me. Slash roll. 2. Yeah.
Ah. The table shatters, and Magrius, you go flying against the opposite wall. Technically, the table just shatters. But you don't feel it was a victory. That's a good enough workout for today. Good fight, lad. What's your name?
He looks up. Big Shaq.
Well, Big Shack. Call me the Hammer. We'll meet again. And then he just walks out the now vacant quicksands. And goes off to who knows where.
Okay, I have an important question.
Yes.
How long has it been since we walked through the door?
With a door?
Like when we walked in. Like how long have we been in the quicksand
You've
right
been
now?
here for like 4 to 5 minutes, man.
The place is empty. Everybody ran for their lives. A table got destroyed, and we've been here a total of 5 minutes.
Momodi,
Not paying for that table.
Momodi's gonna fucking hate us.
she like her mouth is just agape, but she's just like, well, they've all already paid. They'll be back one way or another.
But at the same time, because it's the quicksand, I'm imagining that this isn't like, I don't want to say normal, but it's almost like
It
this
doesn't
happens
surprise
every
you.
now and then. Yeah, like Momodi's like, all right, we gotta get another table out, you know.
She'll look specifically at Toa. Mr. Bird, stop that technique. The staff is cowering. And she's like, looking at like the bartenders, like they have like the little server tray where you put the drinks on, but they're like holding it in front of their faces, like peeking over with their eyes and shit. Does Toa turn it off?
The dark side decapitates.
Dissipate.
Is that the word? How do you say it?
Dissipate.
That one.
Prestidigitation.
I am ahead. Quit while you are.
Momodi will also point at the huntsman and put your friend away before he starts drooling on the ground.
He walks over to the huntsman, picks him up and flings him over his shoulder. Doesn't say anything. And just looks at Momodi like, oh, which way's the restrooms?
She just points to where the innkeep entrance would be.
He just nods and goes that direction to dump. the huntsman.
He's a sack of flour, man. All right. Now, are y'all going to go rest, or did Mr. Wright say you need to go somewhere?
Oh, I don't know.
Does anyone remember what his suggestion was?
Oh shit. Why did my mind just go poof?
Standard D&D procedure. Fuck, what am I doing here again?
Yeah.
I got so caught up in the arm wrestling.
No one remembers. Give me a history check.
Fucking hell.
History. 13.
History.
Agrius and Toll, all you remember is him suggesting you, I don't know, go into the wild, into some sort of lion's den and go get eaten? God, what a dick. But Pina remembers, something about a Mr. Lionheart and a lion's den.
With no tact or like social awareness whatsoever, Pina like floats up to Momodi. We're looking for like a lion's den. Do you know where that is?
She like jumps up and grabs you. It's like, shh, not so loud. Who the hell told you about any of that? You guys aren't from here.
Points at the alliance stash.
Need to know basis. Okay. She's gonna draw out a map of Ul'dah, and my god, the map of Ul'dah. What the fuck?
Great googly moogly Magria.
It's all gone to shit.
Are any of you good with maps? The city's a bit
Yeah.
huge.
Because Magrius has cartographer's tools.
Okay.
Give the map to Magrius.
There's the... So where you are now, this is here. This is the main city of Ul'dah. Here, the fucking left half of the map, this is the residential district. Red circle around a house. This is the lion's den. Best way to get there, follow this outer ring right here. She's gonna gesture towards where we are at the quicksands, and just like go around the circumference of the outer ring, and there's like a direct path to take a boat to the residential district.
All right. So as Momodi's like describing that and showing us on the map, Magrius is gonna take out the cartographer's tools and like a smaller, like Moogle size parchment. So like similar material as like the map, but just on a much smaller scale. And almost like magically, Magrius is just gonna start like scribbling with a quill and ink, and all of a sudden it's almost the same exact map, but just on a much smaller scale. Like it's like a mini Oldot map.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna warn you all in advance. That's a very important man in the Ul'dah. Don't piss him off. And you're lucky you mentioned it to me first, and not some random person. Don't go around telling people that you're visiting a Mr. Lionheart or going to a lion's den, okay?
Okay.
Alright. She's gonna, like, do, like, the shoe motion with, like, her rhino's like, alright, be off.
Sorry about the table.
We have, like, 50 in the back. Alexander, get another table.
Holy shit! I suddenly imagined fucking perfect Alexander fucking emerges from the back of the police bar and fucking like rewinds the fucking table.
It just fucking
Holy shit.
the Matrix. Since it's a Rogan, it's probably spelt like this.
One hell of a bastardization of the spell.
Alexander.
That reminds me of the shit I see on Reddit. There's a subreddit called Tragedy, and it's all like parents who like misspell their kids' names just to try to be unique, but it just becomes like alphabet fucking soup.
How do you think I came up with the spelling for Alan? It's just Alan, but extra.
But at least it looks like lore accurate. You know what I mean? Whereas Rogan, sometimes you see their name and you're like, I don't even know where to start with that. You know how many years it took me just to figure out fucking Meryl, whatever. Like,
Oh my god.
Meryl. Like, I would see it and I'm like, why doesn't anyone say her name? Because nobody knows how to fucking say her name.
It would make a fucking...
Ah.
Imagine me spelling like Hamilton or some shit.
Oh my god.
Oh, Foundry, what have you done?
Towards the lines, then we go.
Yep, I need to address a technical difficulty because, Boundary. Enough said.
Boundary.
Boundary, and I probably used a Discord preview image instead of actually downloading it. Yep, that's exactly what happened. I looked at the source for the... Because I went to the lines then, it's just black. I was like, oh, why? Go to the source, it just says a Discord link. I'm like, yep. Because it does not permanently save shit from Discord. God damn it. Scene. Dan. It even has the fucking thumbnail image. Boundary, why are you? I was also supposed to make an actual, like, Lion's Den in a Dungeon Alchemist, but I ran out of time. Okay, please work. Bruh. Okay, do that and delete all of you. Put you here. Put you here. And you. I'll take the directions. It is unfortunately extremely convoluted because goddamn Ul'dah is way bigger than it needs to be, but this is where we are, I guess. And you come up to a rather large building with a extremely decorated door. How do you all approach?
So
with Pina's very very good -1 6 strength, she will push the door, but it doesn't budge.
It's a solid steel
yeah,
door.
Is it like closed or something? Mogris, can you help me out here?
if we combine our powers like Captain Planet, we will have a total of 11 strength.
Both of you give me
I was just
athletics.
watching the two little guys.
Both of you give me athletics.
Before I roll, I'm picturing Pina and Magrius with like all their fucking might trying to push this door, and it doesn't even budge. Like, not even a little bit. Athletics is a -3. This is fucking comical.
Okay.
Oh, that's funny.
It's legit Scooby and Shaggy, like, trying all of their might to open a door. And then it suddenly unlatches from the hinge and you both, like, go forward. You go from floating, pushing this thing to, like, face plant, both of you. Until there's two midgets, like, in front of you. On the ground.
Ow. Why is the door so heavy?
As you both are finally inside the building, you both notice that, your natural, like, reaction is like, okay, like a normal person, I'm gonna get up on my feet, but for a Moogle and a Sylph, it's to float. You both notice you can't float.
My wings. Ow. They feel heavy all of a sudden.
You see Pina little like crushed under the weight of her fucking rifle.
Oh.
Oh, God. Warning. Anti-magic field detected.
I gotta walk like a peasant?
Pina is literally crawling on the ground. like a sad fucking wet cabbage fucking getting dragged.
The following will not work. Inherent magical flying. Spellcasting. Materia. Please tread carefully. The flare fuse now shuts up, because that was an urgent notification.
I got a bad feeling about this, guys.
Well, you feel fine. The fuck are they talking about?
Alright, you muted?
Whoops, sorry. What was that?
These two are unsettled by, what the fuck, magic's not working. But you don't feel shit.
He's just gonna, like... Tyler's just gonna go, and picks Mog up by the pom, and picks up Pina by the gun. So they're like hanging by the gunsling, and where's he gonna go? He's just gonna go to the couches just over here, and just dump him on the couch.
At least the couch is soft.
Hello there, is this your first time? And you'll see an Elzen with their eyes closed, at what appears to be a bar counter.
First time here? Yes.
Right, are we expecting you?
I
Care
don't
to
know.
introduce
Are
yourselves?
you expecting us? Yeah. I'm Magrius, Big Bird Guy's Toa. This is Pina Colada, and yeah, it's just us. I'm sorry, it's usually more than just us. Not used to this.
Right, care to come over here so I'm not shouting? Sorry, you just got comfortable.
Toa, can you, Magrius is gonna kind of like bend into the position already, expected to be scooped up like a football.
He's Marvel Rivals Groot with Rocket and Sharky. You know what, I'm gonna arrange you all like that. Fucking
Yep.
Megazord time.
Megazord. Right. I'll introduce myself. My name is Silver. I'm the bartender around here. I serve for, well, the Lion's Den. Hope you're cozy enough.
Oh. So this is the Lion's Den. I'm sorry, we were kind of picturing like we were gonna get eaten by lions or something, and
There's a glaring issue with this place. I've noticed a massive lack of lions, even though this is supposed to be a den.
There's a lion, all right. He's in the other room actually.
sounds scary.
Can you bring him back? I came all this way to see a lion.
Well, first off, might I ask who introduced you, to our establishment?
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Margaret is gonna like clear their throat and try to like switch into fancy talk mode, and Margaret is gonna say, "We are here on the behest of a Mr. Ashley Riot, who is in a lot of pain right now. But
we're just giving him a hand.
Yeah, he's gonna need like a hand, like a literal hand. It's a lot.
An arm.
There's a lot going on right now.
The whole
yes,
arm, like half an arm.
Yeah, there's a lot of blood.
It's
not. By the way, it's not his blood that's on me. I apologize. I know I'm probably not in the best looking condition right now.
Oh, I've seen worse. Should have. One of our old employees had a worse condition, don't you worry. Right, I do see we were expecting a party with an accompanying Ashley Riot, but see he's not here. Are you fine with meeting the owner without him present?
Yes. Margaret's gonna look at the other two, like, kind of. eyebrows kind of scrunched a little bit, but you still can't see the eyes because it's Moogle.
You know how a cabbage would shrug. Basically.
You'll hear from the booth over here is like, hey, could you all keep the racket down? And then like what sounds like a thump on a table. And when you look over in this direction, you'll see a Lalafell and an Arog girl sitting there, but the Lalafell is like, he looks tired, man.
Marcus turns around and is gonna like try to mage hand to like bang on the table, but as soon as Marcus reaches out, like the hand doesn't even appear. So Marcus just has their little fucking stubby Moogle arm sticking out, and they're just like waiting for something to happen, but nothing happens. And they're just gonna be like, damn.
I tried to... right. That's Mr. Aiden Lorcan. Don't mind him. He's a... Let's call him a regular. A good friend of the owner. Don't
Is there
mind
any
him.
fruit on the bench?
Not currently on the bench.
Like oranges or... Okay.
You do see it behind him on, like, one of the shelves. Can I get you all anything while you're waiting?
Bro?
One orange, okay.
Oh, I have one of them oranges?
A bucket of water, still. I mean still like a fresh bucket of water. Not like still water. That stuff is disgusting.
Do you mind carbonated water?
Pina looks back at the beer or slash ale incident, and she's like, you know what? Fine.
And then he'll like look at Magrius.
If you have any coffee, that would be great.
Hot or cold?
Cold.
Right away. Don't worry about payment. It's on the house.
In my orange?
One Yangshan orange. Imported from the Far
Immediately
East.
pegs it at the Lalafell.
Let me do a... Sato, what level of exhaustion would Aiden be at this point? Here, I'll send you the levels.
Sorry, what was the question again?
How exhausted is Aiden right now?
At least 2.
Okay. Alright, we're gonna roll a disadvantaged my god, he doesn't have either of them. Okay, disadvantage acrobatics. Now, is it just like the whole orange?
Yeah.
It bounces off his head. Skin intact. like it hits him, and then he like frantically scratches at his head where the impact happened. It's like he'll bring the head. It's like, what the hell is wrong with you? He's gonna like towards Toa. All right, what's the big idea, buddy? He like extends a hand to Spellcast, like, fuck. And then he goes back to the couch.
As he sits back down, Toa looks back over his shoulder to try to make eye contact with him, and just does a big cheeky bird grin.
The bartender's gonna clear his throat, and like, you'll see he's cleaning a glass, but like there's like visible static electricity going through like his right hand that has like the rag cleaning the glass. Is like, only say this once, don't waste my food, and don't attack other patrons.
Yes, sir.
Alright, he gives you a carbonated bucket of water. And he gives you like a slushy iced coffee. When you taste it, it is miles better than Bateron's.
Pina like puts like a foot into the like the carbonated water, and he's like, "Ooh, tickly, ooh, cold." And then he just like eases himself and
start feeling the Red Bull sensation, but not without the, oh god, I'm inhaling chemicals and this is gonna suck later.
It's just like a bubbly like feel. It's like a texture thing, really.
Yes.
Okay.
Right, he should be here soon. I'm just going to excuse myself for a moment. If you need any assistance, he's gonna gesture towards a bell on the counter. Don't be afraid to ring it. I'll be back.
Alright. All I gotta do is behave. Should be easy for some of us.
You just hear grumbling in the back from the Lalafell. Then you hear the sound of the door opening, and then extremely loud footsteps accompanying it after it opens. And oh god, how will I do this? Magrius and Toa, just give me a general intelligence check.
Intelligence.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Intelligence.
Intelligence.
My one true
Ability check?
weakness. Actually, no. Strength is my one true weakness.
Is it ability check?
Yeah, just ability check.
Yeah.
Right on.
That seems about right.
That's about right.
Wait, you rolled as red. You rolled
that's
as red.
weird.
Oh.
That's fine. That's fine. It's just as bad as it would have been.
I mean, that's still -1.
Holy shit, they weren't lying. This is a lion's den. And he's like stumbling in. He hasn't really like regarded any of you yet. He's just going behind the counter and like browsing the bottles. And he like picks one at a whim.
I was just sitting on one of the stools and spinning around in circles.
Oh god, are they both still on your shoulder?
Maybe.
No, I'm
It's
on
up to
I'm
them.
on the bucket.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
I'm on the bar. I'm on the bar counter, like sitting on a bucket.
Okay.
Yeah.
You spin.
Magrius
me
is
right
on one
round.
of the stools. Magrius is on one of the stools, but like Magrius's head is just barely above like the counter.
Well, Mr. Wright warned me that I should prepare a drink for when I talk to you all, but I was going to do that regardless. He turns around and
Might wanna
finally
make it a
faces all
double.
of you.
Prepare for trouble. And make it double.
Wasn't there supposed to be one more of you all?
Oh, he's kind of taking a nap right
Oh.
now. We had a really rough fight right before we got here, and yeah.
Oh, he can't
be
keep
fine.
up with the youngins anymore.
Right. Is Mr. Wright's wounds, well, how did they look?
Oh, rough, to say the least.
Someone's gonna have to reach out and help him.
Was it the whole arm or?
Half an arm, below the thing that you guys have.
Below the belt?
Yeah, no, the thing that kind of bends in your
The arm,
arm that you
yeah.
have that
The elbow.
we. And Marcus is gonna look at Joe like a peanut, like we don't have that thing.
Yes. That's very apparent. You don't have those.
What is it? The M bow, the T bow, what was the letter?
An
Evo.
elbow.
L.
Elbow.
Elbow.
Evo.
Yes, that thing.
Elbow.
The elbowed.
Well, I will admit, I do have a usual custom when greeting new guests, but the three of you, or what would have been four of you, are all extremely unique in that I don't really have anything to... I have no reference of any of you, aside from recent word of mouth from Limza.
Oh. So you just heard of us recently.
Very recent.
Well, in that case, I'm sorry for probably most of what you've heard.
Oh, I've seen much worse, believe it or not.
Oh, thank goodness. I got worried for I thought you were gonna feed us to the lions.
Oh, no. No, the lions need something much, much bigger. I'll assure you of that.
Okay.
Well, do tell me, how was that fight against that octomammoth? I've heard it did quite a number on the town.
Oh, yeah. It was very interesting and fishy and yeah. It was fun though. Kind of enjoying this whole monster hunting thing that we've been doing.
Yeah, I've seen you've all done quite a bit of that. You know what? He's going to do a quick check. Plus... You'll notice he's staring particularly at both Magrius and Ina. Specifically at the things that are hanging off of both of your necks.
Uh-oh.
The Octomammoth eyes. So you both have souvenirs.
Oh, this? Yeah. Well, we figured it may have had some type of magical property and, you know, could offer us protection, but, yeah. And Magrius is gonna, like, poke at the amulet with, you know, the little Moogle arm.
It blinks.
Oh.
Very interesting. Well, I'm going to make an assumption here, and I guess that Mr. Wright sent you all here for a reason. I was told you ran into a very peculiar sword. Do you happen to have it on you?
Oh, yes. And Magrius is gonna comically, you know, reach into their backpack and start, like, tossing shit around, looking for it, and then finally you see, like, the cloak folded up, and they're gonna put the sword on the counter, but still wrapped up in the cloak, and, they're gonna just leave it there, and Magrius is gonna say, just be careful touching that thing. It's very bad news. But I'm sure
well
you're aware of
aware.
that.
He's going to, with just his index and thumb with his left hand, carefully begin to peel it. And a sword is fully exposed now on the table, on top of the cloak. But with it exposed, both Magrius and Pina, you begin to float again.
Whoa, what's going on here?
That is not supposed to happen.
Oh,
He's going
is
to
this...
fold the cloak over it again, and you both will drop down immediately into where you previously were.
Oh, warn us when that happens.
Oh,
Cabbage getting dunked into the water sound effect.
Landed right on my butt.
Oh. Ow.
Note to self. Anti-magic fields cancel each other out.
Wait, are you
Right.
saying this is like some kind of anti-magic field?
Well, that's the assumption I'm making right now. I have to ask, do any of you have plans of using this thing?
Above table. What Is this a long sword or a short sword?
It is a long sword.
Okay. Even if it was a short sword, it would be like comically big for a Moogle to use, right?
Probably.
Yes.
So as a long sword, it's gonna be even worse. Like
A long
as a
sword's
long
great
sword,
sword.
yeah, it would almost be like Magrius trying to use like the Buster Sword, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh dear
like
God.
think of like you're like a palico, and then you have to wield the fucking wyvern ignition.
So yeah, Magrius is just gonna like shake their head, be like, no.
He'll the lion will kind of like tilt his head on the right, kind of like looking past Toa. But Mr. Lorcan, can I get your input on something? Yes, sir. He'll like waddle over, hop up onto this bench, and then like look at it. What the hell am I looking at? And it's the what do you call it? The sword is still folded up into the cloak. Oh God! Okay.
breaking up.
All right, am I breaking up? Am I back? Am I back yet?
Ruin your like robot-y right now.
Am I back yet? Am I back yet? Dear God. Hello? Am I back yet?
I'm back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
My-
definitely
my
not
Discord.
robot-y anymore.
Okay. What was the what was the voice channel server set to? By curiosity.
It was US West a while ago. I set
Okay.
it to US East just now.
I'm
Right. Oh God. The fucking up again. I'm seeing a red bar. My robot again.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Try Japan if you can hear me.
Hello.
Yep,
Yo.
I hear y'all.
Can't you? Okay. I've set it to somewhere else for the meantime.
Okay, yeah. All the US servers have been fucky.
Classic.
Right.
Probably TikTok fault.
So, yeah, the Lalafell waddles over, hops up into the bench, and standing on the bench is like looking over it. And he's like, what am I looking at? An item of interest for Alan Adania. He'll hear that name and like he'll sober up immediately from being exhausted. Oh. Unfurl the cloak, unfurl the cloak. And he's going to do that. And the two of you are you have your floating enabled again. And Aiden is going to cast Identify. Yep, magic's working. It shouldn't. And he has a hand on the handle as he's like, moments will pass, moments will pass. His eyes will like widen, and then like he'll have like a horrified look on his face. What? He's going to cast Identify again at an extremely high spell slot. He's gonna like fall into like a very anxious silence. He's gonna look up at Mr. Lionheart. This item should be restricted. Or if it were up to me... No, not even them. Charlene shouldn't get a hold of this. Mr. Lionheart, only entrust this to your most... to the most trustworthy of people in your circle. You hand us off in any capacity. Do not lose sight of it. Whatever you do, don't let anyone from Charlene get a hold of this. Aiden's going to, like, turn around and look at the party. Where the hell did all of you get this? Tell me everything.
Magrius is gonna look kind of nervous right now. Like, Magrius can sense the tension in the room. Like the mood has changed. Like, we kind of knew this was, you know, like a serious weapon, but now we can tell this is like something really dangerous. So Magrius is kind of gonna like shiver a little bit out of fear.
He's going to notice the hesitation, and he's immediately going to cast another spell in this whole area.
Uh-oh. Damn it.
Zone of Truth. You may not willingly say a lie.
What level is Zone of Truth? Second level?
Yes, and he cast it at 7th level.
Son of a bitch. God damn it.
Holy shit. Even with the save, you're aware that the zone is up, and you may not willingly speak a lie.
Elwood tries to speak a lie. With all of his strength, he tries to speak a lie. Or I have
The truth forcefully comes out.
a giant penis. Damn it! I've eaten purple.
A naked grandma!
Okay, Magrius. Focus. You can do this. Can't tell a lie. But that also means I don't have to say anything.
I'll let you know right now, if more of this exists, a lot of lives are on the line. Innocent people will die needless deaths. Good people will fall, even the strongest that you could imagine, the strongest people you were aware of, maybe even yourselves. Tell me, do any of you have customs of afterlife from where you come from?
No, I just return to the soil.
Even that, you might not get that luxury should you die to this thing. He's going to look at Mr. Lionheart and he'll cast the spell message several times, giving him as much information as he can. Above board, when you, when the Voices from the Abyss crew casted Identify on the Silver Sword, there was redacted information. Aiden is passing on declassified information on the sword to Mr. Lionheart.
Because he did it at a higher level.
Yes.
Okay.
Like the lion's face is stern and serious, and for the first time in several years of his life, actual horror. Mr. Lionheart will look at the three of you. If there's anything you can tell us that's beneficial, the people who wielded this, the events surrounding the circumstances of you getting a hold of this sword, tell us now.
Oh,
Okay. I will tell you, but Marcus is gonna look at Toa and look at Pina and say, if I leave anything out, just help me fill in the blanks. Alright. So they were throwing this big festival to kind of celebrate, us being heroes and the whole Octomammoth incident. And one of the parts of the festival, they had these two ferocious monsters that were fighting each other. Soa became really friendly with one of them, but that's a story for another time. Anyway, the guy that was master of ceremonies, I guess you would call him, I noticed something a little weird about him, so I decided to follow him. And as I followed him, I got a peek of him, and all of a sudden, his shape just changed, and he had on this cloak.
It was a really
Above
cool
table,
looking
I
cloak.
assume that's the cloak that the sword was wrapped in, right? Like, it's the same cloak?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, Magris is gonna, like, gesture at the cloak. So, yeah, and he had this cloak on, and he had this sword. So, something seemed a little off, and he was doing something to control these monsters and kind of let them, like, the monsters got out of control, so we had to contain one monster while Mr. Riot and a couple of other people helped with the other monster. We made sure nobody got hurt. But when we tried to subdue this person with the sword, they just, like, vanished. It was really odd. But when they vanished, they left behind their clothes, well, the cloak at least, and they left behind the sword. That's everything. It's everything I could remember, at least.
Hmm. Aiden. Message again. Aiden casts message once again on Lionheart so they could have an internal conversation. And then there's like confusion on Aiden's face. You know what? The three of you give me an insight check. I'll give you the UI.
Insight check.
Oh, we're already inside. I can't
do I
roll.
need?
There's a dice in front of me.
What do I need to get in front of?
Why are there
Ooh.
dice in front of my picture? Why are they
It's
rolling on
censored.
that 20? Where was this earlier?
Koa, you can tell that before, when he was regarding Mr. Lionheart, it was very, the power dynamic between them was very much like a powerful man has made like a friendship with someone else, but there's very much like an unspoken respect that Aiden needs to give to Mr. Lionheart. You see quite a lot of like frustration and like a bit of anger on Aiden's expression as he's having whatever conversation he's having with Mr. Lionheart. And you see the Hrothgar kind of like get taken aback by whatever the heck he just said. And then it goes back to being serious. Like, there's no like backlash of anger of like whatever the heck he heard. But he just nods. He'll cover the sword again with the cloak. And the zone of truth dissipates immediately.
Wait, right before the zone of truth dissipates, and they're passing the messages back and forth, there's like a bead of sweat dripping down like the side of Magrius's fur. And then Magrius just like blurts out, okay, I've never met the Warrior of Light, alright? I've never even... I've only seen them from like maybe 500 yalms away. I saw the back of her head. It was a really cute cat girl. And fine, okay? And then they look around and they realize they just said that. And they're like, fuck! And the zone like just vanishes right when Margaret says fuck. And it's like, I just needed like 5 more seconds. I'm sorry, alright?
Oh, what to do?
I said I'm sorry.
And then Pina like puts down a reassuring twig on Magrius's shoulder. You're okay, friend. I don't know who that person is even.
And Magrius is gonna like sob, but it's like that really fake over-exaggerated sob that like a child would do.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I've got a question about said weapon.
Go ahead.
I would like it very much if I could have one.
Lionheart, like, his furrow brows, like, very deeply. But then, like...
But it's a great sword.
But then he breathes in, and then he breathes out. I don't think you would be able to, even if you'd wanted. He'll...
Oh, no, not with that attitude.
He'll pull back the cloak a little, so just the handle will be exposed, but not the blade. And he gestures for you to lay your hand on it.
He grabs for it.
You feel a subconscious, some sort of energy pass through your whole body. And you feel like some sort of question that only gets conveyed through like some sort of demand, like a monster would, or like a strong fighter would. Do you it can only be summed up as, are you worthy? How do you respond within your mind?
Oh, I'm always worthy.
Toa, your HP drops to 1.
Oh shit.
And you immediately feel winded.
Do I have to click roll injury?
No, just ignore that. It's some
Okay.
other system with a module. It's like you rubbed your fucking feet on a carpet and touched a doorknob, except instead of just a static electricity, it feels like your heart stopped for 5 seconds and then it started up again. Lionheart's going to cock his head to the side in your direction. Are you still sure you want one?
I was gonna grip harder on the sword. And try and use intimidate on the sword.
It asks again, are you worthy?
Oh, I believe I am. I'm gonna take no for an answer from some goddamn object. I'm Toa. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Toa, you fall unconscious. And you fall backwards on the bench, flat on your back. Well, can't say that was exactly unexpected. Magrius, Pina, how do you respond?
Um,
Whatever that sword is, I do not wish to be in the same room as this sword. Please take it away.
Took the damn words right out of my mouth.
Did I faint with the sword still in my hand?
You couldn't even lift
Still
it off the
clenching it.
table. Like, you gripped it, but you couldn't even, like, lift it, like, 3 centimeters off the table.
is it okay? When Showa tried to lift it, right? Is it the magic or any whatever you want to refer to it as, right? The sword.
Mhm.
Is it that is like making the sword feel like it's impossibly, like heavy and you can't lift it because he's not worthy, like you're not strong enough? Is that what it looked like? Like Showa's trying like with all his might to lift it and it's just like not even budging?
I
What
think
you
the
Is that what it
sword
looked like?
isn't worthy to be wielded by Toa. I think that's the issue.
when so here's some differences. What you've seen so far regarding the sword, when the person who had it disappeared, Jack Knight picked it up to inspect it. Later that day, when it fell out of your bag of holding, the huntsman picked it up to inspect it. You tried to pick it up to inspect it, but you only failed because of your strength. Ashley Wright picked it up to inspect it. Meryl Webb picked it up to inspect it. The one differentiating thing that happened just now is Toa tried to pick it up like a weapon, with the intention to use it as a weapon.
And everybody who grabbed it
Was just
it's
looking at
something,
it.
but they also had something between the sword and their
No, they
skin.
they
No?
like bare skin like touched it. If you
Huh.
if you want, give me a
Arcana?
yeah, either I guess instead of whatchamacallit, nature.
Or would that be more perception? Like what am I perceiving as the difference between what Toa was trying to do versus everybody else just inspecting it?
I would say between Arcana or Survival in this topic.
Survival. Hey, guess what? I'm actually proficient in survival for some weird reason, so
Oh, all right.
let's go with that. 7.
It boils down to intention when you're interacting with the blade. And I don't think they're from what you can like gather about it,
Mhm.
it doesn't seem like there's gonna be any deceiving the blade. Because it can tell the end result of like this blade will be used to harm someone.
Wow. I don't know what this sword is, but it's dark.
You don't want to know. I don't, even if I wanted to let you know, I wouldn't know how to start explaining it.
You said a
You'll-
lot of people could be in danger because of this, right?
Well, you saw the tip of the iceberg with that monster attack in that tent.
Yeah, well, we saved a lot of people from that monster, and we saved a lot of people when we took down the Octomammoth, and we fought other monsters before because we genuinely care, and we're looking out for people. So if this is some type of danger, and if there's other weapons out there just like this, we saw more of these cloaks and more of these swords. Mr. Riot is missing an arm because of a weapon like this. So if there's anything you can tell us that can help us to help other people, please, I'm begging you, just give us something that we can use to try to help people, so that way there's not another incident like what happened to Mr. Riot.
Here's my problem with that. Aiden's gonna like hop off and like start like walking, and he's gonna be like looking up to you at the bench. You can't guarantee you're going to be there every single time they show up. You can't guarantee every time you run into them that you're gonna win. Second. Here's my worry. You're asking for info? I'll give you one piece of info. He's gonna point at the blade. That sword, if it kills you, removes you completely from the cycle of life and death. Instead of you dying and passing on, or reincarnating, or returning to the earth, whatever you believe, it eats whatever life essence you have. Instead of dying, you get trapped within the blade. Not to mention, if it... whatever damage it does to you, the wielder gets to reap the benefits. If it kills you, well, makes them stronger. Permanently. People have been around for a while from what I've heard about them. What I've just been told just now. They're trying to ruin the lives of a good friend that I made recently. Now, I don't know what kind of danger you and your couple friends are willing to jump into, but do not take this lightly if you choose to get involved. He's gonna look at Pina as well. What do you think about all this? I don't know if Sato's AFK, but
No, sorry. Can you repeat the question again?
he's asking about your thoughts on this whole situation and whether or not your party should get involved.
We signed up for the initiative because, well, not only it's like, oh, it's all we want all the brave guys to come out and then we can be part of the workforce. It's not, initially it felt like that. However, for me personally, it's an opportunity to not only expand upon what I learned from just watching adventures go by like time to time from my place, wondering, oh, that's like a new sword. Oh, it's like a new magic that I learned. Oh, this like a new tool that I can use. There's so much good stuff out there, and having this initiative or being part of this initiative uh, gives me that one weird energy or drive, if you want to say that, to no um do what I think is right. And if it means us getting involved in like some very complicated thing about possibly killing a lot of people, then I would rather take my chances and fight back rather than just letting seeing the world burn.
You'll see Aiden's like face scrunch up. And then like he's gonna like furrow his brow and like put his like pretty much like pinch his eyebrows with like two of his fingers. Like he's not quite putting into words properly what he's trying to say. And then behind him the Arog girl is gonna like pretty much like pick him up with like both hands, like he's a freaking stuffed animal. and he's gonna like whip his head around like, what? Shouldn't you be studying? And she's just gonna like, she'll raise an eyebrow and then like she'll still holding him in one arm. She's gonna like sign language with like one hand. And unfortunately, no one in the party knows Eorzean sign language, or whatever I assume it would be.
ESL.
Oh god, it literally would be ESL. Jesus Christ.
Eorzean is a second language.
What, you just met them. You don't know anything about... She's gonna sign some more. Well, okay, yeah, the rest of them fell under that category too, but she's gonna sign some more. Fine. Put me down, damn it. Just gonna like drop him unceremoniously from like her left arm. Sir Lionheart, at his earliest convenience, inform Mr. Riot, not on everything, but what they'll need for safety. Inform the Sultana too.
Right in that pool.
He's gonna look down at the bird. Expose the sword for a second. And then, like, he'll reveal the sword again. And Aiden's gonna put his hands on Toa and, we'll use... Should have it.
Excuses. Reincarnate.
You are
Someone
now
comes back as a Namazu.
you are now a Namazu.
You are now.
And that's how Gilbert becomes canon.
Oh god. That'd be hell of a character swap. Yeah, he'll cast heal on Toa, waking him up.
Toa slowly stands up. Cracks his neck. Cracks all the bones that he can.
You'll see Lionheart cover his sword again. I don't think the
All good
sword
at this
liked
time?
you.
Oh, it's because it feels threatened by me. The sword just wants to be worthy to be wielded by me.
As the man behind the counter at the moment, the only appropriate thing to say is I'm cutting you off. As insistent as you are, if you try again, maybe another time. I'd rather not expend all of Aiden's energy, yes? Man, you're a big fella. Did that really do nothing to heal you? Oh, it still has 45 missing HP.
Oh. My sheet's bugged out, goddamn.
Okay. Well, I guess it would be appropriate to get Mr. Riot on board after he recovers a bit. I assume well, he'll either meet with the Sultana or he'll gather you all to meet her as well. But I suppose, seeing as your adversaries in this endeavor are going to be quite dangerous, we'll give you some assistance in what equipment you could buy. Above board, I went over this with Sato. There's going to be Allied Society vendors in both the VFTA area and the Tribesmen of the Realm area. To put it simply, you technically have a shared inventory for crafting materials between the two parties. The only caveat is, technically, let's say, I'll give you an example. You'll need to sell the items as the voices from the Abyss crew, and then you can buy the materials back as your second party. One use case, for example, would be the recipe for the adamantine crab that you killed, and you saw the maul, and you said, damn, that's a really good Toa weapon. Too bad Toa isn't in this party. Well, that's an option now. So, if there's any recipes from the other campaign that you see that would be useful in this party, then it's an option. Vice versa is also
what the
a
Toa
thing.
weapon was.
It was a maul that did extra critical damage on a natural 20. Here, I can pull it up. Should still be in visual aid. Actually, what am I doing? It should be in here. Oh no, it's not. Okay. Copy image. Can I just post it directly into Foundry? I can't. Okay, I'll just repost it in visual aid. It'll be this thing. That's the lung, never mind. The fuck? That will be in comparison with your Octotooth Saw. But yeah, just a general idea of it. If you kill a boss, it has a recipe that is not useful to this party. You have the option of selling it and making it useful for the other party.
Interesting.
So any downtime we have, and like, you know, you see something in the old, like if you just scroll up in visual aid and you're like, oh, you know what, that would have been cool to have. You have that option. In addition, I did receive some word from Mr. Riot that that Rajang that you all slain in the festival, well, it's in custody of the Eorzean Alliance. So you'll be receiving some parts of that in due time. The village you also assisted in killing that Axebeak. That village seems safe. Mr. Riot put out a warning pertaining, well, a dragon attack. When a team was sent to that previous location, the corpse was still there. And there was no dragon to be seen. No villages razed to the ground. So there's that there's that relief at least. As for this blade, I know Mr. Bird there has his intentions with it, but do the two of you have any objections with it being in safekeeping here for now? Or would you rather carry it with you?
Nope. No objections. Nope.
The cabbage shakes.
Well, for now, consider it an overruling. Don't hate me, Mr. Big Shack. Your team made this decision before me. And he'll wrap the blade in the cloak. Excuse me, I'm gonna find a safe place to put this.
Before you go,
Yes.
have you ever seen an emerald green dragon before?
His eyes will narrow. No, but I've been told to keep an eye out for one. The dragon was green?
Because that's the reason that Mr. Riot saved us. Because there was roughly 10 more of these men in cloaks with similar blades, and they had a green dragon with them, and they just appeared out of nowhere. It's not like we saw them coming from a distance away. It's like they just kind of materialized near us, and they're approaching us. But there was a green dragon.
Was there any warning signs before they appeared?
The sky turned dark. It was as if somebody just turned off the lights. Now,
Whoops.
I've seen dragons. I've seen plenty of dragons where I'm from. I've never seen a green one before.
Well, I suppose it's relevant. From what I've been told, that dragon's name is Hati. Used to be one of 2 twin dragons. Around 23 years ago, its twin was slain by a rather skilled dragoon from the city of Ishgard. That dragon retreated and was never seen again until 13 years later. After that, a sighting 2 years ago, all the way over in the battlefields of Bosja during the Southern Front campaign. All the way over in the Far East, if you don't know where that is. And now, another sighting, Limsa Lominsa. I'm afraid I don't know what to make of it, but all I can do is log this information.
Is the dragon being controlled by these men in the cloaks? Or are the men in the cloaks being controlled by the dragon?
These are good questions. I don't know which way to lean towards. But in my experience, you plan to keep running into them, you'll either get more questions or more answers. Hopefully less questions.
What happened to that dragoon?
I was hoping to get the whole story from his son. From what I've been told, they attacked in a number of 10 men with cloaks. It was about to kill everyone who was present. That dragoon jumped into the air, unleashed an attack that rivaled the brightness of the sun itself. And then when the attack finished, and everyone was no longer blinded by just the raw power and radiance of the attack, all of the attackers were gone, the dragon was gone. All that was left of the dragoon was his armor, his weapon, and a pile of ashes. Magrius. At least how many years has he been around?
How many years has Magrius been around?
Yes.
Oh man.
Because you've given us a blank check.
Let's see. That's a good question, because I remember referencing before that Magris has been around for a while, and then the whole like white lie of like, oh yeah, I fought alongside the Warrior of Light.
Yeah.
And Magris pretends to be like a lot more experienced of a warrior than they really are. So Moogles, according to like Final Fantasy lore, have a lifespan roughly 2 to 3 times of a human.
Mhm.
Magris definitely isn't old though. I would say Magris is like a younger Moogle. So Magris could be maybe like somewhere
So-
around like 80 to 90 years
So
old.
under 30 years old, he would have been like 26, 27 at most. If we do that times 3, yeah, around 80.
Yeah. I
Okay.
would say like roughly, yeah. Yeah.
And how
Which
often
is still
would
young
you
for a Moogle.
How often would you say he wandered out of the Churning Mists? Like just around like
A lot
that.
more. A lot more than they should have, but not too far out of the Churning Mists. You know, on the outskirts, a little bit outside, and you know, maybe got caught every now and then, and like had to go back home to the Churning Mist. You know, because of course Moogles are mischievous.
Yeah.
But not like, for example, Magris would have no fucking idea what the hell Baja is, you know, or the Far
Yeah.
East or anything like that. So Magris has been like slightly outside Churning Mists, Heavensward-ish areas, but not too far. Like, has
So within
never been-
Zenith, would you say?
Yes. Yes.
But would you say as far as like the Dravanian like hinterlands where like there's some
Like the
Ishgardian
hinterlands?
settlements?
Yeah, but never like to Ishgard itself, though.
Okay. You're gonna give me
Mhm.
history check at advantage. And we're gonna add 5 to the
Okay.
result.
Okay.
$25. Two or 3 times. So you were well aware of the war between Ishgard and the Dravanian horde led by Nidhogg.
Mhm.
Every once in a while, Magris dreaming his few delusions of wanting to be a hero. Every time he sees an airship with the Ishgardian standard, he would get curious and would wander about, maybe hoping to witness a battle between horrifying monsters and brave knights. And one time, maybe twice, he would see a particular dragoon. Like, he would wander, he's maybe wandered off maybe 20 to 25 times in his life and witnessed battles every single time. And he would notice dragoons would burn the ether within them so much that it would be visible, as if like they were set on fire. And that fire was usually blue. 2 times in these battles that you've sneaked off to witness, you notice that fire, instead of being blue, there would be a dragoon who burned a bright emerald green, around the same color as that dragon that you witnessed just a few hours ago. If anything, you can conclude that person exists. The person Lionheart was talking about, that legendary dragoon definitely existed. And you might have seen him with your own eyes a couple times.
Magrius is gonna like accidentally let words slip out, and they're gonna say the Emerald Dragoon? No. And they're gonna kind of like shake their head, like partial disbelief. Like little Moogle brain trying to process all of this.
I see even among Moogles he's been heard of.
Not heard of. I may have seen him just like once or twice, but he stood out. He wasn't like any other warrior I've ever seen before.
I was told the
There's
same.
something weird. There's something really weird about his like the aether around him.
You want to know what's funny? His son was in this very bar, maybe around a week ago. I made the same observation. I fought him, actually. Him and 8 other people.
Fought him.
Yes, it was a... It was a showcase battle for a tournament. Right, you're not from Mulda. We have a coliseum, an arena, where thousands of people can watch you battle. Witness your glory. We held a tournament a little bit ago. He participated in it. Now, he didn't quite live up to the stories of his father, but saw glimpses of it. I can see why he was so well remembered. Just a little bit of him was seen within his son. I can only imagine what the real deal is.
Is this dragon after him?
Sure hope not. But I'm afraid it's the opposite. He's after the dragon. And that sword you brought in, he's holding it like wrapped within the cloak. Gonna help him quiet a hell of a lot. We'll see if he ends up killing it. And he's gonna continue to walk. Then Mr. Riot, my regards. And that I wish him a speedy recovery. Aiden, Arya.
I'll tell him.
With me. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, we'll tell him.
What is Toa doing?
He saw a group walking and he was like, oh, I better follow them. He's like, oh wait, that's not my group.
He's like, who the hell are you? The Patrick meme under his rock. Who are you people?
Who are you? Toa just saw two small people and was like, oh, I'll follow them.
Wait, you're the wrong small people.
You're not my small people.
Maybe Toa's head is still spinning from, passing out, touching the sword.
The sword was touching him.
Not inaccurate.
The sword was like, "Am I worthy of you, senpai?"
Wait, I got a question, and this
Yeah?
might be a Toa question, and this might be something he have to. Did Toa see anything while he was passed out?
Mmm. Give me a raw d20, Toa.
Oops.
God damn it, you motherfucker.
Oh wait. What's the command? Slash roll. Right. Yeah.
Slash
yeah,
R, and then, yeah, d20.
Yeah, I had my shit around the wrong way.
Oh, shit.
You saw nothing.
It's the barking salmon.
he, you know, he just had a dream where, I think it's Ragnarok, where Thor keeps trying to get into the same camera as like Mjolnir and stuff. Not Ragnarok. What's the shitty one? Love and Thunder. I think it's Love and Thunder, where Mjolnir would be on the screen, and then Chris Hemsworth would start edging into the bottom right or something like that. But in Toa's dream, it's just him minding his own business with that sword, trying to like be in his life. Because in Toa's head, he can't wield the sword because the sword isn't worthy to wield him.
So, Toa, as you were
Yep.
unconscious, you would have heard a myriad of screaming from various different people that you've never met before. These are screams of terror like probably someone would make at the end of their life as they're about to die.
Death rattles.
Yeah, a lot of death rattles, a lot of pleading, a lot of, I want to say, bargaining, trying to ask for a way to get out. A lot of a common thing that you would hear is, "Let me out, let me out. Please make it end." But you would hear some sort of voice at the very end. One second. Long last. Finally. Food. And then you would have waken up.
Oh, I think I'm hungry, guys.
Yeah, probably. I would imagine. But otherwise, that is where, the session is going to end. If there's aside from that, in terms of downtime, if there's anything from the recipes we've seen previously that you think would be useful to the party, let me know. And we will do trading between the parties.
Oh,
I
boy.
tagged you. Well, I replied to one of yours in Visual Aid.
Oh, the scythe? So here's my only thing for you. This is primarily a dexterity weapon, because it's finesse, but you can use it with strength. Finesse just means can use dex. It doesn't mean you have to.
Yeah.
This is a reach weapon, meaning you don't need to be immediately adjacent. So you could be... There could be one square of empty space between you and the thing you're trying to attack, and you'd still be in range to do your melee attack. Now I need to see if you're able to craft this in the first place is the thing. Because...
I don't think we made any Cerberus materials.
So the problem isn't so much whether or not you can make it. The problem is whether or not your party can afford the transaction. Because the other party is gonna sell that, and then Toa and company would have to buy it from the vendor.
You see, the other party is rich as fuck, so they can just give it to me.
Donate out of the goodness of their heart.
It would very much be an instance of a cash on delivery to complete the fucking mail.
Yeah,
COD trade.
The only Cerberus thing I know for certain we crafted was Reyna wanted the Fiendish Ivory idol. So she has that.
I do have
that was like,
the spreadsheet.
Yeah, that was like the cheapest thing, but it's one of those things where like I think it would really come in handy for her.
5 Cerberus fangs.
So it's 5 fangs. However, so the prerequisite materials in most cases, it'll cover half of the cost of crafting it. Like, imagine, like, a gauge, like, fucking Monster Hunter style, when you kill, Safi Jiva shit, and you need to, like, imbue it, like, half of the gauge is filled up, like, just having the mats. You need to either throw gil at it, or throw other mats at it in order to, like, complete it. Let me see here.
We got some.
Which weapon is this again?
The Catonic Scythe. Let me grab it.
Why do I not see the recipe for that?
It's at the bottom of the box. Let me find it.
I'm looking in Foundry at the journal. I'm trying to find.
Oh, that's why.
Oh,
it's because I reskinned it as the. Oh shit! Wait, actually, hold on. Wait, no, actually, this might be big brain. Horn? Yeah, it's the hunting horn.
Gotcha. Okay, I thought that's what it was.
Oh no, this might be even better because this would have worked as a red melee weapon if you really wanted to be melee, but this is this might be an even better Toa weapon. Hold on, let me.
Red's only got 40 HP.
Yeah, that was the reason where
you would have been a glass cannon. Let me just
it would have been a
check.
meme weapon. But I think Arve had even mentioned that. It was like, this isn't really a red weapon, this is more like a Toa weapon, which now it can be.
Okay. Charisma modifier, which you have 16 charisma. It would be just as strong as a strength weapon, as your Octomammoth thing. Bonus bludgeoning. Catonic Mockery. Which is the bonus fire damage. And I replaced, well, okay. You can choose whether or not you do a Fiery Rebuke. Or Vicious Smite instead of a spell slot.
Yeah.
It takes your Darkness Well points. but that might be too strong compared to like consuming spell slots or MP.
Because I can essentially spam it by just using Burning Blood.
You know what? Here's what I'll do. For use of this, and we'll nerf it further if it is deemed too strong. 2 Darkness Well points per use of Smite. If it's too strong for that cost, it'll get nerfed to needing 3 Darkness Well points per activation. Now, let me just check things for the cost. To transfer 5 Cerberus Fangs to the party, 7,500 gil. If you want to do it all of Cerberus Fangs and cover the whole cost of the weapon, 1,500.
Oh,
Or no, 15,000. 15,000, I mean. Yeah.
15,000. Like 15000.
Yes.
Hmm.
So you yourself have 3,000.
3.
Tina has 1,000. Margaret is loaded. What the fuck?
We
Yes.
haven't been fishing over this side.
There is also here. I made a second spreadsheet for the tribesmen. Let me grab it. There is one mat that could help, and I don't think Magrius is willing to give it up.
Wait, what is it?
I have it listed here as a C rank material. I'm posting in visual aid.
Platinum ore.
There's also a... Oh my god, wait, that's comical. Hold up. I need to see how much of this would cover the cost, but, Jesus fuck, dude. I forgot about this.
All the teeth? You forgot about all the teeth?
It's more that I didn't realize it would equal this amount. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know what? I'm gonna make the hunting horn spreadsheet. So if I plug this all in, Jesus fuck, dude. Let's say we took all the teeth. Just all the teeth. Octomammoth, Bulet, all of it.
You'll let the best a man can get.
This is what it would look like. It needs to reach 3,000. And this is everything that's being used at the moment. So the
So,
Cerberus Fangs are
it
qualifying as quality materials, and all that is just like filler mats.
So it needs to reach 30,000. So we still need another 4,800.
So bare minimum to initiate the transfer.
Mhm.
7,500 to get the 5 Cerberus Fangs.
Mhm.
You have all of that in teeth. The ore would complete it. but that thing is a fucking religious symbol to Magrius right now.
It's my holy symbol.
This would technically make Toa a fucking dark paladin of this shit.
Instead of having a floating crystal as a red mage, it's the fucking platinum ore.
Good god. Here, I'll
Oh man.
I'll also reflavor this weapon from a hunting horn to a glaive. And if you want, I can make it do necrotic damage instead of psychic. But yeah, this is a thing.
It would be a significant upgrade for Toa, right, Arve?
Probably.
Because right now, like, the main thing about your weapon is, I think you could crit on a 19.
Yeah, you crit really easily, and god, you have, like, reaped the benefits so much.
The double crit, oh my god, that was great. But Toa never gets to do the last hit.
Maybe with this weapon.
But this is it's a +1, right?
It's a +1. It is a 2d5 weapon instead of 2d6, but the big thing is the bonus 1d4 on every successful weapon hit, and the 1d6 per turn.
And then 1d6 fire.
And then smite.
Oh, and it has Hellish Rebuke as a reaction? Well, fire
So,
rebuke, but same shit.
So you can choose between it being either Hellish Rebuke, or it's just Vicious Smite retool that I have on the official. That's already imported in Foundry.
Which weapon are we repurposing?
It is from whatchamacallit?
Is it the scythe or the maul? Hunting horn.
The hunting horn.
Yeah.
But I could reflavor it as a glaive. If you want to be all sharp and shit.
Where is... I have to look at it again.
I also have it in visual aid now. I posted a screenshot.
Oh, yeah. Weapon of mockery. What is Toa's charisma anyway?
16.
He's got pretty high charisma. It's it's the same as his strength.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once per turn, after you successfully hit an enemy, deal fire.
If you really, really, really want the weapon, and if you feel like it's going to be a significant upgrade, I'd be willing to part with the ore.
I don't know how much of an upgrade it would be. I feel like in terms of like an RPG, it'd be like...
I can give you the average. There's actual
Increasing
math
its stats.
involved. There's actual math
Okay.
involved with like your average damage per round.
Quick maths.
Yeah, I can crunch it really quick. So with your Octotooth Saw, that's what that looks like. In terms of math, and you also have to keep in consideration of the improved critical. That's not gonna happen often. Like it's Yes, it's 10% instead of 5%. So like, yeah, you're doubling your crit chance. It's still 10%, dude. Like when the crits happen, like holy shit, it's great. Like you already see with Kosuke, because all of his attacks is on a 19 instead of a 20. Let me see. So D20. That's 4, 8. So on average, per successful hit with Toa, he'd do 12 damage per successful hit. With this weapon, it's gonna be 2d5, I'll take 3. So 6 plus 4, which is your modifier, plus 2, plus 3, and if you smite, Jesus, dude, plus 8. So let's say you have terrible fucking luck. You attack 3 times in one turn, and you only hit once. It's 8 plus 4. That's a comparison. Octo, Tooth Saw. If you only hit once per round, that's the comparison. It's 12 versus 10,
23.
12, 13. Yeah, 10, 12, 15, yeah, 23.
That's probably an upgrade.
So, without doing the smite, you're looking at roughly 15 average?
Yeah, 15. It's mainly
So still-
like these traits that are really bumping up the average damage.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. So, like I said, if you really want this weapon, I'm willing to part with the ore.
I think I just stick with the Octa.
Yeah, but 50% of you belongs to me, Big Bird. Every time you swing
Alright,
that
the
blade,
ore
you better
remains-
think of me.
The ore remains with Magrius for now.
Keep in mind, there will be further boss monsters that have recipes for them. So, if something else pops up.
Magrius is gonna start cuddling with that fucking ore, like it's a squishmallow.
I was imagining where is it?
It's gonna be like when Grog was worshipping that fucking blood-drinking sword.
Nah. I was looking at an object. Oh, the Cerberus Claw. I was imagining Toa with Cerberus claws on each hand. He's essentially Bird Wolverine.
Oh my god, yeah.
Dark Side. Double slash. Ah!
I will go for now. I haven't ate yet.
Okay.
Alrighty. Figure.
Alright, see you guys.